Coming up on Look Today, these top stories. A stabbing took place at the John Burke Apartments this weekend in Queensbury. Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul gives a speech at the Fort William Henry Hotel, and a popular eatery in Lake George suffers heavy fire damage. I'll give you the details on all this before the weather on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson, and here's a look at what's making news today in Saratoga, Warren, and Washington counties. Well, in our lead story, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul was in Lake George at the Fort William Henry Hotel this morning. Hochul received a tour of Fort William Henry and was promoting tourism in the region. Hochul also delivered a speech to the Teamsters Union at their annual conference. Look Today talked with Hochul before the speech.
Well, in a continuation of Governor Cuomo's efforts to promote the North Country tourism, I'm here at Fort William Henry to celebrate our nation's history and the fact that this is such a prominent role in our evolution of our country and our freedom. So I wanted to get a tour of the fort here today, but also to talk to people about coming to Lake George, coming to this region to enjoy incredible summer vacation.
Hochul also discussed Governor Andrew Cuomo's Worker Protection Acts. Well, also in the news, the popular A&W eatery in Lake George suffered heavy fire damage this weekend. The fire was called in shortly before 4:30 a.m. yesterday morning. Crews were able to put out the fire by 8:30 a.m. and no one was in the building at the time of the fire. Well, the heaviest damage was to the northwest corner of the building, which also faces Route 9. Crews say that the interior of the building is completely gutted, but thankfully no injuries were reported. Now, there is no indication as to how the fire started. In other news, the Warren County Sheriff's Office is investigating a possible stabbing at the John Burke Apartments in Queensbury. The incident occurred in the early hours of the morning. Police believe the stabbing occurred after two roommates started arguing. However, the investigation is still ongoing. We will continue to bring you more information as the story develops. Well, now changing from news to weather. Strong storms knocked out power to some of the region. However, other areas of the region saw a calm night. Well, how's the forecast shaping up for the week? For the latest, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, a fire heavily damaged a two-story home in Greenwich late Friday. A family of 5 lived in the apartment on the second floor, while the first floor was an office space run by Edward Jones Investments. Police were unable to locate the family initially. However, they found them a short time later. They were not at home during the time of the fire. Well, Cambridge Greenwich Police Chief George Bell said an electrical problem was the cause of the fire. Investigators are still looking into what exactly went wrong. Well, the American Red Cross was on hand. They were on the scene helping the family. Police do not know if the building is salvageable. Also in the news, the sale of the Westmount Nursing Home is not on the state's Department of Health's Planning Council agenda. Well, a few months ago, the Warren County Board of Supervisors agreed to the sale of the Westmount Nursing Home to Centers Healthcare. The Department of Health needs to approve a certificate of need before the sale is final. Well, Warren County Administrator Paul Dusek said that Centers Healthcare had provided the state with the necessary information. Now, if the DOH does not add the item to their agenda, the earliest it would get approved will be September. Additional note from the Warren County Board of Supervisors meeting. The county will hold a special meeting on July 31st to discuss the fireworks law. Well, still to come, Dr. Paul Arciero is here. He's going to talk about fitness technology and a look at health. Plus, Warren County Supervisor Doug Beatty is here to talk about the issues affecting Warren County and his bid for re-election to the Board of Supervisors. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000.